Her words still ring like broken glass in my head. We were at the dinner table, the smell of overcooked lamb still in the air, when my mother leaned across her plate and spat venom at me. Your success means nothing. Anna's the only daughter who matters. I remember staring at her, fork in hand, my chest tightening, but my face calm. The years of silent digs, the comparisons, the casual cruelty. This was the blade finally pressed against my throat. So I said it, my voice level, cold. Then watch me cut you out forever. But they didn't know that night wasn't just a threat. It was a promise. Anna was always her favorite. Pretty, pliable, needy. The daughter who played the role. I was the one who worked. Law school, late nights, partnerships earned, not handed. I thought for a long time that if I stacked enough achievements, my mother would finally look at me and see more than a shadow. But favoritism is a sickness. It rots everything. It made Anna lazy, arrogant. It made me hungry, relentless. And in their world, that hunger was inconvenient. It reminded them of their own failures. Still, I tolerated it until the betrayal bared its teeth. It started with whispers. A partner at my firm mentioning my sister showing up with confidential information she couldn't have known. Then documents I had drafted missing from my files, but somehow reappearing in her hands. I dug quietly. Bank accounts, transfers, my mother's signature authorizing Anna's business expansion, siphoning money that was mine. And worst, my father's trust fund, the one meant for me, was already being funneled to her. It wasn't just neglect. It wasn't just words at a dinner table. They were actively stripping me piece by piece. And when I realized it, I felt no tears, no heartbreak, just clarity. Revenge is best taken with steady hands. I stopped confronting them, stopped trying to explain myself. I smiled at dinners. I nodded at their praises for Anna. And in the background, I built my case. I copied every transfer, every contract, every email. I called in favors from auditors who owed me. I tracked every whisper Anna shared, every time she claimed my victories as hers. Piece by piece, I turned their betrayal into evidence. Not evidence for court. No, I didn't want them jailed. I wanted them ruined in the only currency they worshiped, reputation and money. First, I pulled Anna's threads. The fake investors she courted, they were mine. The deal she thought was her golden ticket. A shell company I created. She signed, smiled, boasted, and walked straight into debt she couldn't escape. Then my mother, I let her brag at luncheons about Anna's brilliance. Let her pin while I stayed silent until the day the board of trustees, armed with the evidence I had anonymously leaked, voted to revoke her control over the family's charitable foundation. Mismanagement, favoritism, fraud, her name blacklisted in circles she worshiped, and the trust fund. I had traced the final transfers, proving Anna had been living on stolen inheritance. With a single legal move, I froze her accounts. Overnight, the credit cards stopped working. The cars were repossessed. The house payments bounced. I didn't need to raise my voice. I didn't need to explain. I simply watched as the empire they tried to build on my bones collapsed. The night of their unraveling, they invited me to dinner again. The table was quieter. This time, no smug smiles, no superiority. Anna's hands shook as she lifted her glass. My mother's eyes darted, searching for a lifeline that wasn't there. Finally, she broke the silence. What did you do? I leaned forward, voice calm, steady. I let you taste what you fed me all these years. Neglect, powerlessness, irrelevance. Anna whispered. You ruined me. I smiled. No, you ruined yourself. I just handed you the mirror, and I watched them crumble. The two women who spent decades convincing me I was nothing, reduced to begging for crumbs at a table they once ruled. I didn't stay long. I pushed back my chair, left half my meal untouched, and walked out. For the first time, I felt the air on my skin without the weight of their shadows. People think revenge is fire, wild and destructive. They're wrong. Revenge is ice, controlled, measured, unyielding. It doesn't flare, it freezes. It makes them sit in silence, staring at the ruin of their own making, while you walk away untouched. That night, I cut them out forever, and I've never felt free.